Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to rearrange this corner of my bedroom and generally upgrade the plantiness of it, because the other day I was out walking with Joe. We go for walks as one does, and there was just a VITTSJO shelf on the sidewalk for free with like a bunch of other like IKEA furniture and stuff, but like it was for free, and I was like, can we take this? And Joe was like, yeah. And so we carried it the 5 minutes home. Well, Joe mostly carried it. I just carried the glass shelves. Luckily it wasn't the big one, but it's a VITTSJO shelf, and those themselves are quite expensive. Do you want to jump into my arms? Here. Do you want to be an arm kitty? Is that better? Is that good enough? She normally doesn't like being held, so it's kind of weird that she's asking to go up. Okay. What she really wants to do, she wants me to put my chair here, which I'm not going to do because I need to work in this zone. So basically, we found this VITTSJO shelf, and I figured I can try and make this zone into a better zone. Honestly, I end up just like piling crap on the floor in front of this shelf. It's only really holding 3 plants on it, and since I have been quite good at getting rid of some other plants throughout my collection, especially some big plants, I think I can fit some of these elsewhere in my home now, and it'll be a better shout. The only thing is my books, but I'm sure I will figure that out as we go. Before we get into it, one last thing I want to say. If you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma, and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I appreciate you returning. Let's get into this shelf situation. I can show you what I've got going on now, and we can do this together. I don't even know if this is going to work out, to be honest. I'm hoping it does. If this video is going up, it's probably going to work out. But yeah, I can show you what I have, what my thoughts are doing. Starting up at the top here, I have a tension rod with 3 plants hanging. I am unsure if I want to be keeping that or not, because we'll see what it looks like with the new shelf in there, but it can be moved or not. I will just have to find new places for some of these hanging plants. On the top shelf, I have my Alocasia Frydek, or Mitchelletiana, so the non-variegated one, a Rafetophora decursiva, and then hidden back there, I have my, a Manjula pothos. So those are the main plants on that shelf. The rest of it is just like books and bits and bobs, some like camera stuff. Down at the bottom, I have my pond box, which Clea likes to use as a step to get up on this, though she definitely doesn't need it. This is not a high windowsill. And then the crap that I just accumulate in this zone, which I don't want to accumulate here anymore, because I'm just wasting space by having crap on the floor. So that will be moving when I put the new shelf in. So I guess we can start with a quick montage of me emptying out all of this stuff. I also have this little peperomia here that was living on the bookshelf, but I think it's time for it to go. I've not been paying attention to it. It's literally got a thrip on it. Oh my god, it's got multiple thrips on it. Well, even more of a sign to just go straight in the bin. Oh my god, it's got so many. And they're like the adult nasty ones. Okay, well that's good to know. This is going in the bin. Woo! think the most difficult thing for me is probably going to be finding new spots for these plants to go in. Also, these are incredibly dusty. Good. These are incredibly dusty, and so finding new spots for them will probably be for the best. Luckily, this one doesn't have thrips on it. But probably the living room for most of them, because that's where I've taken plants from, I think would probably be the best bet. Oh, I know you don't like change. I know. Oh, I know you do not like change. Right, I've got the space all cleaned out now, so it's time to bring in the new shelf. I can still hardly believe that this was just left out on the sidewalk. So I have a couple of options. I could have it long ways this way and then have more room for maybe a tall plant in this zone. Cleo, there's no shelf there, baby. Don't jump. More room in this direction, or I can put it, and I still have room for maybe like one smaller thing to go on a moss pole in that zone, or like a grow light or something. I'm not entirely sure. There's no shelves in that, baby. There's no shelves. She's such a silly goose. There's no shelves there. She's so confused. She is not a fan of change, if you couldn't tell. It's stressing her out. You're okay, baby. You're okay. I think for now, like, this makes a little bit more sense, and we can just go in and put hella plants on it. So let me grab the shelves. Oh, also I need to put some of the books back because I have a lot of books. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. See, this is where I originally wanted to put my IKEA cabinet, but it just doesn't quite fit. Like, it would have been so cool if I could have gotten my IKEA cabinet to fit in this zone. It just would have been the best, but it doesn't quite fit, unfortunately. So it's not really an option. Okay, there we go. I feel like I do need to be at least a little bit careful about what plants I put in here, just because I don't trust Cleo not to climb on it, especially because it's new. So I think putting a prop box here makes the most sense, and then using the bottom shelf for books, my books. Well, let's see if they fit. Okay, so this is what we are currently working with. I have 3 shelves there for plants, my prop box there, some books on the bottom. I know that's not the most practical space for the books, but I also have all of these books, the books that I took off the shelf. I was thinking maybe a better place for the books would be on top of my desk here, because I struggle to get to these plants. They go a little bit more underwatered because I've not been keeping the best eye on them. The hanging ones are fine, kind of. I mean, they kind of get in my way as I use this as a desk. But the things like the Worquianum and I've got a Tycon up there and stuff that I don't water as much as I think I probably should. So if we do a little and put these plants on that shelf where I've now created this room, then maybe those plants will get better attention because I can actually pay attention to them in the zone that you are currently sitting in on these new shelves. I feel like that would make the most sense. This Sansevieria can just like generally go somewhere else. No, it won't fit on the top shelf even, so going somewhere else. My Warwickwianum, this leaf is definitely ready to come off, so I'm just gonna weep. And now it's only got 2 leaves again, but they look slightly better than this one. Oh my goodness. This is bone dry, my Hoya australis Lisa, and literally dropping leaves because it is so dry. But the newest leaves it's got are like massive, so that's good. So I obviously need to be doing something different for those plants because what's going on there now is not good enough. Should probably chop and prop my jade plant. Also, it needs to repot massively. Oh my goodness. Like, it is falling out of the pot. I need to do some plant chores, yo. Yeah, I don't water this one near enough either. Okay. The books that I read most often, I say read most often like I read them regularly. The books that are on my to be read list can go up there. And then the books that I don't ever reference, like my old art books and stuff, honestly, I could probably put them up in the loft, but I don't know if I can actually be asked to do that, so not gonna happen today. Ta-da! I mean, it looks super duper empty, but if I put my plants back on that sort of hanging rail there, I feel like it won't feel as bad. Yeah, I mean, that'll do. I mean, this grow light doesn't necessarily need to be here in this instance anymore. Maybe I'll put it on these shelves because that makes the most sense now, because these are going to need a grow light because this corner doesn't get any light otherwise. Okay, but that makes sense. I can get rid of those, put my reference books on the bottom shelf that I never look at. The question is, why do I have these books I don't look at? I don't know, but alas, here we are, that is life. And then these plants can go on these shelves, along with some other ones that I get from other places. That's the goal. Okay, so this is for sure not the prettiest thing in the world, but I was able to zip tie up my mother grow light to this top shelf. So the plants that I put on here can have some grow light on them, which I think will help. I probably will need to get another one for both of these spots if I want to keep these plants in this zone, but for now, at least the top 2 spaces will have grow light. Okay, so I think that'll do for now. Let's get some plants back into the space, I guess, so that they can live. The plants that I do need to deal with from that other shelf, I will deal with at some point, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to deal with them right this second. So I'm just going to put them straight back onto the shelf. And then lastly, I was able to put this little plant stand in here, and I figured this spot might be really good for a plant like my Splendid that is quite tall and skinny. So let's see if that goes in there. I think that works pretty well in that little corner there. And now the pole has something to like properly lean up against, and I can just put something different in that spot. Maybe bring my Cebu blue back to this spot, because I feel like that would look okay there. We have done it now. I have turned on this grow light, and I think this looks fan-freaking-tastic. So, little tour. We've put my Warwickwianum on the top here, because it needs the space. I don't know if it'll forever live here, but for now, this is where it's gonna be. I've also added my variegated peace lily up there and my pothos pearls and jade, which is hanging down ever so slightly. In the back there, I have my Hoya Crimson Princess, my small Tycon. This is my Philodendron Ernestii cuttings, which will eventually grow out of this spot. I know they will, but for now they live here. Back there, my Australis Lisa, Philodendron Vericosa, my fishbone cactus, and then this bottom shelf, things that can tolerate a little bit more abuse. So I don't know if this one will be here forever or not, but my lipstick plant, my black pagoda, my Schismatiglotis silverburneo that grew out of the Acerbar, a Sansevieria silver flame, and then my jade plant, and my Philodendron Splendid on the pole in this area. And then I can hang my mistletoe cactus back up there. I think I would probably only want one plant hanging in that zone, because having too many more could just get a little bit too intense for my liking. Like that. I feel like that genuinely really suits this whole area, and at some point I can put other grow lights on the bottom of this shelf and the one above the pond box too, and just get it all working really nicely. But for now, I think this looks really good, and as a start for this new zone, I feel like we're in a really good place. So that is it. That is me installing my new shelf in this corner, making a new planty zone. I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed going through the troubleshooting of it all with me and the chaos of rearranging your space, because it is chaos. Halfway through, I was just like, I never want to do this again. Why do I always do this to myself? But alas, we've made it through, and I think this has turned into an absolutely gorgeous space now. So thank you so much for being here and watching this video with me. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. The sun has just gone away. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!